Ain't no mercy in a diamond shine, because it's deep as a bottle of time. The suit still fits, the soul does not. Every win I made came with a cost. The silence hums where the crowd once screamed. The mirror's honest, cruel and mean. In the night, she knows what I've become. I walk through rooms lined with smoke and glass, shook hands with ghosts who never laughed. They smile wide but their eyes were cold. Each deal I made, another piece I sold. My pocket's heavy, my heart gone thin. You can't buy peace when you trade your skin. And though I sleep on silk and foam, gold don't keep you warm. The table's full but the chair feels bare. Laughter fades into empty air. Every toast just burns my throat. Every friend another note. I build my castle out of ash, watch the years go up in cash. The taste of winning feels like storm, 'cause gold don't keep you warm. No preacher ever told this truth, that sin wears a tailored suit. The blues don't care how you climb, it waits in every glass of wine. The higher you sit, the colder the flame, the richer the lie, the sharper the pain. And when the noise fades to form, gold don't keep you warm. So pour one for the man who took it all, built his name just to watch it fall. He laughs low, still dressed in charm, but gold don't keep you warm. It shines like sin, it hums like shame. Another crown without a name. I ain't searching peace, just calm, 'cause gold don't keep you warm. I walk the halls where my echoes stay. Each step a debt I failed to pay. The walls remember what I ignore. That comfort's cheap, but soul's worth more. Voice still haunts the marble floor. She said you won, but what for? And I just stare through the golden storm. Gold don't keep you warm. The phone still rings, but I let it die. I got no truth left to justify. The parties fade, the faces change. Every cheer just feels the same. I used to think the night was kind, now she just reads my state of mind. The liquor burns where pride was born, 'cause gold don't keep you warm. The man in the mirror smirks again, says you traded love for a house of sin. He's dressed sharp, but he bleeds inside. A king with nothing left to hide. The ink on my hands won't wash away. It's a price I pay to play this way. Every promise I bent, every norm, still gold don't keep you warm. She used to hum when the rain came down. Now just hear the city sound. The perfume lingers on the stairs. Goes too real, too unaware. I tried to pray, but I've gone too far. The blues don't answer to who you are. Each memory burns, your silence torn. Gold don't keep you warm. Pour one for the man who don't belong, whose crown weighs heavy, whose nights are long. He still hums low through the storm. Yeah, gold don't keep you warm. Raise a glass to the sins we buy, to every truth we let go by. No kingdom left to transform. Gold don't keep you warm. The blues don't fade when the lights turn down. It sleeps in silk, it wears your crown. Each note I play feels less like art, more like confession from the heart. I chase a piece I can't perform, 'cause gold don't keep you warm. And in that hush beneath the storm, gold don't keep you warm. I ain't holy, I ain't free, but I still play a minor key. If heaven's rich, I'll take the street with truth and silence always me. My shoes are clean, my soul is not still chasing meaning. I forgot the night forgives a day to form. Gold don't keep you warm. Ain't no choir to sing my tune, just the hum of gold under the moon. It don't cry, it don't reform. Gold don't keep you warm. It's a lover cold and unaware. I fade, I fall, I lose my form. Gold don't keep you warm. So pour one for the hollow kind, who lost their soul but kept their shine. For the men who traded truth for charm. Yeah, gold don't keep you warm. No light, no grace, no calms. There goes playing the same old song. And if I fade, remember my form. Gold don't keep you warm. I've seen kings bang back broken late, but just no cross don't break again. I've seen novas leave the sweetest bears and damn berries or wish stairs and never deals the dick of form. The whole goes known to the dewy on. So there's no clone that final form, 'cause gold don't keep you warm. The lamp still glows where a shadow stays. The sheets remember every vow we made. The air still hums a name in smoke. Each breath I take feels half broke. The room's too small for the truth I hide. The clock ticks slow, takes love's side. And the night, she knows bed don't lie. I kept her voice in a drawer of dreams. Between the laughter and the screams, her touch still burns on my left hand. A ghost that time don't understand. The whiskey whispers, let her go, but I drink slow, I already know. She left the room but stayed inside, 'cause the bed don't lie. Her hair still caught on a cotton thread. Her scent still sleeps where my heart once bled. Every morning feels like crime. The sunlight hurts, it steals my time. The coffee's cold, the cup still waits, like the heart that love negates. The truth sits here unamplified. The bed don't lie. Ain't no preacher need to tell my sin. Her ghost still crawls beneath my skin. I built these walls, but they still speak, whispering her name each lonely week. No hymn can drown the way she sighed. No cross can wash the tears I hide. other's hers. Like two worlds split by whispered words. Her pillow sinks like memories weight, still warm with everything I hate. The window hums her tune again. I breathe her in and curse her name. No truth left here to justify. 'Cause the bed don't lie. I found a note beneath the frame. It didn't say much, just signed a name. No love, you know I'll be fine. Just silence carved between the lines. The ink was dry, the words were true. She said, you'll know what I can tell you. Now every night I ask her why. But the bed don't lie. The man in the mirror looks back slow. Says you reap the seed you let her sow. He's tired, calm, just like me, living in the space where ghosts still breathe. He don't judge, he just recalls every palm scratched on these walls. And he says low like a lullaby. The bed don't lie. I used to laugh when the rain would fall. Now I just wait for her to call. Her voice comes soft through thunder's hum. Love ain't dead, it's just gone numb. Each tear I hide feels justified. Each silence sounds like her goodbye. No preacher left to sanctify. 'Cause the bed don't lie. Pour one for the man who can't move on, who sleeps alone but dreams she's gone. He hums her name to the ceiling side. Yeah, the bed don't lie. Raise your glass to the ghost of touch, to love that burns a bit too much. No redemption, no alibi. The bed don't lie. The night hums low, the blues stay long. The sheets remember her final song. I reach for her shadow, it slips through. Just like every prayer I try to do. Each note I play, the silence replies. Each chord confesses, each echo cries. And in the hush I testify. The bed don't lie. I ain't holy, I ain't free, but a ghost still keeps time with me. If heaven's soft, she ain't that kind. She lives in the corners of my mind. I see her smile where the curtains fall. The sin so sweet, it forgives it all. And though the night pretends to die, the bed don't lie. Ain't no choir to sing our tune, just the hum of lost beneath the moon. She's window open to a D-minor sky. Curtains slow dance with a faithful sigh. Kettle forgets to sing on time. Room holds still like a patient rhyme. I sit with nothing under my teeth and hear the place where silence learns to breathe. I used to fear the soundless floor, rush my soul through every door, fill the quiet with pilot lights, kept alarms to warm my nights. But clocks get tired of saving face, and thunder stumbles out of place. The day I put my armor down, the room exhaled without a sound. A chair said stay, the lamp said live, the sink said wash what you can't forgive. I listened soft to the air beneath the gentle ride, where silence learns to breathe. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let breathe be the long, clear guide. If memory knocks with a harsher wreath, open the door where silence learns to breathe. Where silence learns to breathe. It isn't empty, it's alive. It keeps a pulse you hardly see. It helps your better names arrive. No neon crown, no crowded creed, just steady light, where silence learns to breathe. Street hums low like a kindly drum. A moth writes cursive on the sun. The calendar loses all its teeth. Every task finds gentler sheathed. I pour the coffee slower now. Let steam translate a quieter vow. A neighbor waves with a mended sleeve, says fence holds better if you leave. A little room for wood to swell. I nod, my heart has learned the spell. Give distance space, give sorrow sheep. You'll hear it change when silence learns to breathe. Breathe on full, let strings lean low. Let piano leave space where meanings grow. If pride returns with a frantic plea, point at the chair, sit down, just be. Where silence learns to breathe. It isn't empty, it's alive. It keeps a pulse you hardly see. It helps your better names arrive. No neon crown, no crowded creed, just steady light, where silence learns to breathe. I keep a drawer of unmailed lines, apologies stitched to winter vines. Some I sand with softer ink, some I shell so time can think. The mirror does a kinder job, leaves out the blade, keeps in the saw. I set my jaw to rest, not roll. Let mercy take the sharper tool. The house remembers how I've grown, teaches me rooms I thought I owned. They own me back with quiet teeth. They choose the pace where silence learns to breathe. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. If thunder begs for headline reef, turn off the page, let silence learns to breathe. Where silence learns to breathe. It isn't empty, it's alive. It keeps a pulse you hardly see. It helps your better names arrive. No neon crown, no crowded creed, just steady light, where silence learns to breathe. locks I forced for show, I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard, I'll speak them soft in the backyard. Bring me the steps I marched in vain, I'll walk them home in evening rain. Let guitar bend once and rest, let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a brighter sheet, I'll feed it bread where silence breathes. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. A widow waters her porch fern slow, hums a hymn the old bells know. We trade a nod across the street, a treaty sealed without a sheet. No sermon, no heroic claim, just breathe that spells a truer name. The dog lies down between our feet, the day grows soft, the hours sweet. I learned to love the quiet's teeth, how gentle bites teach lungs to breathe. Hold that foil, let the rim click fade, let mercy harvest what time has made. If history calls with a restless wreath, answer with work and cleaner breath. Where silence learns to breathe, it isn't empty, it is alive. It keeps a pulse you hardly see, it helps your better names arrive. No neon crown, no crowded creed, just steady light. Where silence learns to breathe. Night puts amber on the kitchen tile, kettle takes its time a while. I close the door of unmarried. D minor dawn on a window pane, kettle speaks low like a patient vein. Dust writes mercy where morning grew. I touch the sill to light the brew and breathe it in like something new. When all that's left of me is quiet, all that remains is true. I kept a ledger etched in bone, names like rivers, debts like stone. I weighed my days on iron scales, told the night my storm-born tales, but metal rusts and thunder tires, water beats the tallest spires. Words are left behind when the brag is through, a chair, a lamp, a faithful screw, a hinge that sings the house to you. Not much to crown, just much to do. I learn to bless the small of you. When I'm done with proving, all that remains is true. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let breath be the long, clear guide. If memory wants a brighter dew, pour it tea and let it cool. The truth is patient, simple blue. When all that remains is true, no crown, no stage, no debt to sue. Just bread and light and work you do, a name that fits, a soul that grew. The thunder folds, the day comes through. I set my hands to honest use. I am the quiet proof I knew. When all that remains is true. I hung the suit that wore my fear, Watch the velvet disappear. Silk can't hold a bending heart. Gold can't keep a home from part. I traded heat for humble flame. Lost some glory, found a name. I fixed the gate, I fixed my pace. I left a seat at every place. The letters I never found the time arrived in chores and cleaner lines. A widow's smile the way grief does, half a salt and half a trust. The street said thanks, the hinges too, in oil metal, truth came through. Breathe on forward, let strings lean low. Let piano leave space where meanings grow. If pride returns to argue blue, point to the door that swings like new. When all that remains is true, no crown, no stage, no debt to sue. Just bread and light and work you do. A name that fits, a soul that grew. The thunder falls, the day comes through. I set my hands to honest use. I am the quiet proof I knew. When all that remains is true. I kept a drawer of unmailed lines, apologies stitched to winter vines. Some I sent, the rest I wore inside the coat that learned me more. The mirror edits what shame would sell, leaves the face that fits me well. Not a savior, not a saint, just a man who learned restraint. I count the rooms that made me new, the sink, the porch, the wooden pew of any chair that held me through. Forgiveness built in grain and glue, no witness needed, nothing due. I breathe, I live and call it true. Hold that fort till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. If thunder begs for one more cue, smile once kindly, you're almost through. When all that remains is true, no crown, no stage, no debt to sue. Just bread and light and work you do. A name that fits, a soul that grew. The thunder falls, the day comes through. I set my hands to honest use. I am the quiet proof I knew. When all that remains is true. Bring me the locks I forced for show. I'll lower them now and let them go. Bring me the names I held too tight. I'll speak them soft and make them right. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin. I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let slide guitar bend once then rest. Let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a neon view, feed it supper salt and two. If power asks what it should do, make room at tables, keep love true. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. A child chalks planets on the walk, orbits held by patient talk. She names the small one second try, gives it time to learn the sky. Her mother laughs, the light agrees, folds a ribbon on the trees. Across the lane a neighbor calls, fences holding thanks to all. I wave and carry bread inside, let ordinary be my guide. The room receives my working shoes, floorboards hum their honest news. The house exhales a humble cue. When life is this, the world is true. Count to 4 with a longer trust. Let brass breathe warm above the dust. If history asks what's due from you, answer chairs in time. And true, well, all remains is true. No crown, no stage, no debt to sue. Just bread and light and work you do. A name that fits a soul that grew. The thunder falls, the day comes through. I set my hands to
D minor dawn on a water skin. Miss writes cursive where banks begin. Gravel listen, reeds lean slow. Piano of droplets counting go. I touch the rail and feel time run. This river moves but forgets no one. I've walked beside this faithful vein, through winter glass and summer rain. It kept my secret, learned my stride, filed my anger, gentle pride. I threw a stone when I was young, a vow that bent a stubborn tongue. The circles widened, found there's some there singing still the river's drum. I thought I left those echoes then, but water keeps what shapes a man. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let breathe be the long, clear guide. If memory begs for a brighter gun, point to the current. It forgets no one. The river forgets no one. It carries, doesn't erase. It smooths the names we called and leaves them in their place. No judgment in its running, no scoreboard in its run. It holds the world in motion. The river forgets no one. Folds a letter thin and drops it in like a trusted hymn. Fence still holds her script, confess. The water tucks it to its chest. 2 kids throw sticks and count to 4. Each choice chooses its farther shore. They cheer for the one that learns to bend. They watch the stubborn sinking end. I nod like maps that finally know you move by yielding more than gold. What couldn't listen came undone, but mercy swam. It drowned no one. Breathe on 4, let strings lean low. Let piano leave space where meanings grow. If pride returns with a hurried tongue, set it to water. It forgives no one. The river forgets no one. It carries, doesn't erase. It smooths the names we carved and leaves them in their place. No judgment in its running, no scoreboard in its run. It holds the world in motion. The river forgets no one. I kept a drawer of unmailed lines, apologies stitched to winter vines. I read them here and tear them slow, like petals training grief to grow. The pages drift in softened bits, become a school of tender wits. A carp turns once, a heron bows. The river signs the gentler vows. It doesn't lift me out of pain, it teaches names for honest rain. I learned to stand where truths are spun, not to be spotless has become. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. If thunder begs for a borrowed gun, show it these banks, they shoot no one. The river forgets no one. It carries, doesn't erase. It smooths the names we carved and leaves them in their place. No judgment in its running, no scoreboard in its run. It holds the world in motion. The river forgets no one. Bring me the locks I forced for show. I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard. I'll speak them soft in the backyard. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin. I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let finger pick guitar bend once, then rest, let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a neon sun, feed it bread by the river's run. Because power without kindness is only one. And rivers keep the ledger, they forget no one. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. Across the bend, a factory wall, rust and ivy equal draw. The river eats the iron's pride, turns red to brown, then lets it slide. Even the worst it learns to lift, not to pretend but give it drift. A bottle note inside my hand, a boy's small script, a future plan. I'll learn to fix, I'll learn to stay. I'll make the doors behave this way. I seal it back and trust the run. Some other shore will meet that sun. Hold that 4, let rim click, pray. Let mercy sign the day. If history asks what we've become, point at the water, it forgets no one. The river forgets no one. It carries, doesn't erase. It smooths the names we carved and leaves them in their place. No judgment in its running, no scoreboard in its run. It holds the world in motion. The river, it forgets no one. The river forgets no one. It carries, doesn't erase. Write it in reeds and walking stones, in bridges strong and humbler homes. No brightest crown, no loud enthroned, just breathe and bread and labor grown. If I am gone and daylight runs, remember how the water hums.
Morning sits warm on a faithful chair. Piano breath rides easy, yeah. Cup in my hand, a scar on the rim. I toast the burdens that taught me to swim. Not every weight was an enemy. I used to curse the stone I hauled, swore at the sky like the blame it called, held my jaw like a rusted clamp, burned my name into every lamp. Then one long winter showed me slow how steady shoulders make rivers grow. I learned to breathe beneath the load, count my steps, repair the road. A boy with fury, a man with hands. I traded thunder for honest plan. The spine I earned from agony became the weight that loved me. Count to 4 with ribs and out of rage. Let breath uncrease the page. If yesterday begs for injury, say thank you, storm, you carried me. This is the way that loved me. It pressed me down to rise. It taught my knees the country, put daylight in my eyes. No crown could do what burden did. No speech could name this sea. I found a stronger mercy in the weight that loved me. A door once stuck where my temper lived. I pushed and kicked what a hinge forgives. Later I learned the drop of oil, the gentle truth that saves the soil. I held a friend through his midnight ache, let grief speak floods until it broke. We didn't dam it with clever talk, we kept the lamps and took the walk. Some weights are names you refuse to drop, a vow you keep at the quiet shop. Hold steady here, make bread, pour tea, let ordinary carry me. Breathe on 4, let strings lean low, let piano leave space where meanings grow. If pride returns like a debtor's plea, tell it kindness carried me. This is the way that loved me. It pressed me down to rise. It taught my knees a country, put daylight in my eyes. No crown could do what burden did. No speech could name this sea. I found a stronger mercy in the weight that loved me. I wore a suit that cost me sleep, silk on the surface, the lining cheap. It taught me how a shine can lie, how fabric strains when rooms run dry. I hung it up beside my rage, watch both grow small with age. Now denim truth and linen calm hold me closer than any song. The bills I paid, the debts I owe, the promises I hauled like a road. They didn't drown, they discipled me, cut keys to doors I couldn't see. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. If memory has to set me free, say burden, tune the key. This is a way to love me. It pressed me down to rise. It taught my knees a country, put daylight in my eyes. No crown could do what burden did. No speech could name the sea. I found a stronger mercy in the weight that loved me. Bring me the stones I threw at night, I'll build a hearth that keeps us alive. Bring me the names I lifted wrong, I'll sing them slow inside this song. Bring me the locks I forced for show, I'll oil them now and let them go. Let slide guitar bend once then rest, let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a neon claim, feed it bread and call it plain. If power asks what love can be, the weight you share, not just a key. Say let's stand true, count to 4, come through. I met a widow on Market Street, carried her bags through summer heat. She didn't cry, she didn't preach, just split the load in equal reach. We walked 3 blocks like a small parade, a chorus built of what hands laid. She said, I thought I'd break in two. I said, not now, look me into. I learned that love is not a blaze, it's cooler light on longer days. The heaviest kindness quietly becomes a weight that loves me. Hold that 4, let the rim click, pray. Let mercy sign the day. If thunder begs for history, let burdens ride the victory. This is the weight that loved me. It pressed me down to rise. It taught my knees the country, put daylight in my eyes. No crown could do what burden did. Bar's been closed an hour, but the ghosts keep time. Neon hums a half-remembered rhyme. I flip my lighter like a priest flips pages. Smoke writes songs that forgive old wages. Chair knows my weight, glass knows my hand. Night knows every name I used to stand. If I talk, it's to the ash and the ceiling stain. A quiet chord where I plead my pain. I wasn't born mean, I learned the math. What you keep, you count, what you love, you have. A boy with pockets full of dark yard wind, a mother who passed truth thinner than skin. My father spoke little, taught me the stare, how to hold a room like it borrows your air. First deal I cut, the knife was time. I paid in patience, collected in rhyme. I gave the city something it could owe. Shelter in winter, a place to grow. But charity's a mirror that steals your face, and power is a choir you must conduct with grace. The ledger grew thicker than the church's book. Every favor a hook, every handshake a look. I kept the streets humming like a bass line vow. Never raised a gun, didn't need it somehow. But mercy wears thin when the crowd needs proof. You start adding thunder to a weathered roof. Tonight I count shadows like I count sins. Every loss a lesson, every bruise a hymn. Breathe slow, let the guilt ride low. Turn the snare to snow. If a man must break, let him break in two. The one he was and the one he grew. This is my black cigar confession. Smoke on my tongue, truth in compression. If I ever hurt what I meant to hold, no, I paid full price in cold. I don't ask heaven for intercession. I sign my name to my transgression. Light the night, let the ashes teach. Some prayers burn better than they preach. There was a girl with eyes like a courtroom dawn. She saw the man I wore and what was gone. Said, love's not leather, it doesn't fit tight. I said, love is weather, I forecast night. We danced on a floor made of unspent tears. Stepped over rumors like discarded gears. I gave her my watch, she gave me her vow. Time kept moving, we never learned how. A brother in arms took the wrong left turn. Chased the quick fire, forgot the slow burn. I told him you can live on a louder street, but quiet collects what loud can't keep. He didn't listen, I buried my pride, left a rose on a coat that couldn't
must kneel, let him kneel to time. It forgives in prose, condemns in rhyme. This is my black cigar confession. Smoke on my tongue, truth in compression. If I ever chose war over reach, no, I learned the cost I preach. I don't ask heaven for intercession. I sign my name to my transgression. Light the night, let the ashes teach. Some prayers burn better than they preach. The city thinks I sleep with a crown on, but crowns are chairs you sit on alone. I own nothing that can't leave by dawn. Even loyalty walks home on its own. I've forgiven once where twice would kill. I've held my fire the way saints hold will. I've dressed my anger in a dark silk coat, then left it in check room without the note. Man, call me boss like the word is safe. They don't see the ledger under my faith. Every deal is a door that takes your name. You leave lighter, but you're never the same. I bought quiet at a price too steep to tug the city's heart in sleep. On Sundays I pay the brass to play slow. Let the horns confess what I won't show. If God is counting, He counts the rest. The measure's where I hid my test. Breathe slow, let the past sit down. Take off your borrowed crown. If a sin must speak, let it speak in tune. A D minor hymn to a ballroom moon. This is my black cigar confession. Smoke on my tongue, truth in compression. If I ever turn kindness, then no, I thickened it later under skin. I don't ask heaven for intercession. I sign my name to my transgression. Light the night, let the ashes teach. Some prayers burn better than they preach. Yeah, this is my black cigar confession. Smoke on my tongue, truth in compression. If I ever broke what I swore to keep, no, I lay awake while the city sleep. I won't ask heaven for intercession. I sign my name to my transgression. Light the night, let the ashes teach. Some prayers burn better than they preach. And when dawn asks who I've been, I'll answer, the man who learned to begin. Light a shed, night exhale. Rain walks home along the rails. I leave the key where the bar was. Till the more the bar will close. The car was a room. Let it in midnight. A sloth thing my word. City down goes. Sleep takes possession. I leave with spoke and a clean expression.
Streetlight spills like a silver confession across the pavement where the wind keeps score. I measure my calm in the length of my shadow and count out the promises I can't ignore. Window blinks, the city turns its shoulder. I keep my collar up against the cold. Silence is heavy, but it doesn't break me. It chisels my will into iron and gold. There's a rusted gate that sings when I pass it, like a memory learning how to breathe. I could chase ghosts till the morning forgives me, but I've learned what stays and what needs to leave. There's a map in the cracks of the sidewalk, a secret compass under my feet. Every turn writes a vow in the gravel. Walk with patience, never retreat. Oh. Neon rain, it drips from the awning, spilling stories I rarely tell. I keep my words like coins in a pocket, spend only where silence won't do as well. Old mistakes sit quiet on benches, tipping hats as I wander by. They're not friends, but they know my posture. Back straight, jaw easy, eyes on the sky. I used to run where the rumors were louder, hunting thunder just to test my name. Now I sip slow from the cup of the evening, let the bitterness teach me a different flame. The alley breeze, a harmonica distant, the tone of a promise I'm learning to keep. I'm not lost, I'm exacting my choosing. Where I sow is where I'll reap. And the night asks softly, who do you carry? I answer only the man I'm meant to be. If the road is narrow, let it be narrow. My stride is steady, my hands walk free. I walk alone but not lonely. I got a mirror for a friend and a shadow for a guide. D minor on my tongue, heart slow and holy. Every step a quiet oath I sign inside. I don't shout for the world to know me. I let the rhythm of my boots declare my creed. I walk alone but not lonely, a planted seed becoming what I need. Key in the curve of the moonlight, it turns in the lock of my ribs. Patience hums like a low burn fire, feeding muscle to my fibs. I used to swear by the crowded tables, cards and smoke and restless deals. Now I trade in hours and focus, stacking bricks, no room of steals. The river speaks under iron bridges, cold and clear with measured grace. It tells me, hold your center, traveler, win the inside, you'll win the race. A passing train writes sparks on the darkness, Morse code for a stubborn heart. I read it true, keep walking softly. Every master was once apart. And the dawn sits waiting behind the warehouses, a thin pale blade that will cut me clean. If I bleed today, let it be old doubt, let courage fill the space between. I walk alone but not lonely. I got a mirror for a friend and a shadow for a guide. D minor on my tongue, heart slow and holy. Every step a quiet oath I sign inside. I don't shout for the world to know me. I let the rhythm of my boots declare my creed. I walk alone but not lonely, a planted seed becoming what I need. Whispers on brick, the city remembers all the versions of me that tried to impress. One by one I fold them and file them, thank them kindly, then lay them to rest. Slide its our size like a door near closing, but I'm the hinge that refuses to rust. I am the keeper of small, sure choices. Stone by stone I build my trust. If thunder comes, I won't chase it. Let the storm announce itself. I've got weather in my marrow and a compass on the shelf. Reach is nothing without ground, and grace means power with a leash. I set the table for my hunger, serve it discipline for each. I walk alone but not lonely. I've got a mirror for a friend and a shadow for a guide. Deep minor on my tongue, heart slow and holy. Every step a quiet oath I sign inside. I don't shout for the world to know me. I let the rhythm of my boots declare my creed. I walk alone but not lonely. A planet seed becoming what I need. I walk alone but not lonely. Not empty, full of quiet speed. Streetlight fades, the vinyl crackle widens. I count my steps, then let them go. Where I'm headed doesn't need a witness, only a promise kept low and slow. Fade on the river of breath, fade on the ink of the road. I walk alone, but not lonely, becoming the man I already know. The rain don't lie, it tells the truth of trust misplaced and wasted youth. The night don't talk, she just observes how love can twist what it deserves. The air feels thick with sweet denial, the kind that hides a knife behind the smile. In the dark, she nods, she's seen this trial. She spoke like wine, I drank too fast, believed each word would surely last. Her eyes a mirror too kind to read, her lips a prayer I didn't heed. Every promise came wrapped in silk, soft as mercy, sharp as guilt. And though she swore to stay a while, there was a knife behind her smile. The truth don't scream, it just appears between two lies and quiet tears. I found a scent on a stranger's skin, felt my heartbeat cave within. The bed felt cold, though the night was warm. The storm outside became her phone. The silence left, I lost my style. To the night, to her smile. No preacher preaches this kind of sin, when love cuts deep and bleeds within. You can't confess what's half your blame, you just drink down the taste of shame. The mirror shows what I can't deny, a man too proud to even cry. And though forgiveness walks a mile, it lives behind that smile. So pour one for the fool who believed her eyes, who thought that heaven don't disguise Watch love turn smoke before I blink. Each word curled soft and turned to ash, like time erasing every flash. Her name still hums when I close my eyes, a ghost that no goodbye denies. And though I've walked 1,000 miles, I still feel the knife behind her smile. I caught my face in the window stare, a broken man pretending care. I lied to friends, said I moved on, but pain plays slow, it ain't gone. The blues don't heal, it just refines, turns wounds to rhythm, tears to lines. And though I play it cool a while, it bleeds, that knife behind her smile. The man in the mirror speaks too plain, says, boy, you fed the fire with blame. He don't sneer, he don't accuse, he just counts the debts I choose. He says, she ain't cruel, she's just the truth. You loved her edge, not her proof. And in that hush of self-denial, he points to the knife behind the smile. I saw her once by the riverside. She turned away, but didn't hide. Her silence said more than I could bear. Her calm was colder than the air. She smiled soft and looked away. I swear that grin still cuts today. No mercy left to reconcile, just that knife behind the smile. That love and pain share the same fate. He hums low, he bleeds in style, 'cause there's a knife behind the smile. Raise your glass to the ones who trust, to every heart that turns to dust. No glory left, no trial, just the night hums low, the truth breathes deep. Every promise I made won't sleep. I strum the wound, I taste the rain, playing a name through every pain. Each note I bend bleeds pure and vile. It sings that knife behind her smile. And when the smoke fills all the aisle, I still feel the knife behind her smile. Bass hums low beneath, the kind of heat you can't contain. Her perfume burns through cigarette air. Sin wears silk and she's aware. The lights go soft, the air turns thin. She moves and the world gives in. night she breathes, she pulls me in, whispering velvet sin. Her hands talk slow, they never plead. They draw the lines I swore I'd free. Her lips taste like a final prayer, half redemption, half despair. Each breath she steals feels like reward. Each silence sharper than a sword. The blues hum low beneath her skin. I'm trapped in velvet sin. She don't speak, she just commands. A quiet queen with trembling hands. The candle melts, the bass drops slow. Every beat says what we both know. I ain't holy, but I play pretend. Her eyes don't judge, they just transcend. Every move she makes drags me in, deeper in a velvet sin. No preacher saves the lustful kind. No law restrains the storm in mind. The night forgives what dawn exposes. In heat, the devil wears roses. I feel a pulse beneath the skin. The line is gone, I cave within. And in that sound, that trembling grin, I drown in velvet sin. So pour one for the fools like me, who chase what they ain't meant to see. She hums my name through bass and gin. Yeah, that's velvet sin. It moves like smoke, it breathes like flame. Every sigh repeats a name. I ain't fighting, I give in to that velvet sin. The sheets don't lie, they memorize the rhythm born in whispered sighs. Her shadow dances across the wall, a hymn of lust, the night's last call. Each note I play, she turns to ache. Each pause a promise I can't fake. And though I burn, I grin within, lost inside her velvet sin. She said you're calm, but you still crave. Peace don't feel what chaos gave. I laughed slow, said you're not wrong, then kissed the truth we built so long. The baseline throbbed, the air grew tight. Our sins turn gold beneath that light. If heaven calls, I won't begin. I'm standing in velvet sin. The man in the mirror looks amused. He knows the rules, I just refuse. He said, you traded grace for skin. I said, yeah, but I trade again. No guilt, no plea, no disguise. Just truth behind these tired eyes. And in the smoke, she breathes again. That velvet sin. The bass still moves beneath the shame. The groove don't end, it hums her name. I tried to fight, but
like another life, where guilt's a lover, not a knife. I know I'm lost, but I don't resent. There's velvet scent. Pour one for the man who burned too slow, who found his peace where sinners go. He hums low in smoking gin. Yeah, there's velvet scent. Raise your glass to the hearts that fall, to those who feel through it all. No heaven waits, no discipline. Just velvet scent. The drums lean soft, the floorboards moan. The sound feels sacred, flesh and bone. Each thump's a pulse, each note's a flame. Each whisper knows the body's name. She laughs, I fade, the lights grow dim. The bass forgives what prayers condemn. And in that sound, that carnal hymn, we worship velvet scent. She don't promise, she don't stay. She just breathes my guilt away. Each echo hums, each tremor spins between the bass and how it begins. And though I fade, I still grin. I'm too
Mailbox creaks like an altar hinge, dawn red silver on the garden fringe. Boots on gravel counterfold. Breath comes easy like a settled score. I touch the gate and let it remain. It's quiet living under my name. I spent years teaching thunder to kneel, forged my calm into working steel, signed a city with a smaller pen, paid old debts and paid again. I don't need statues or a louder street. I build my echo where strangers meet, in doors held open in burden split, in choosing repair when rage would fit. A man can vanish and still be true. I stitch my shadow to what I do, let noise go hunt for a brighter flame. I'll keep the silence under my name. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let the breath be the longer guide. If history shouts like a borrowed claim, answer with hush beneath your name. There's a silence under my name, not empty, not afraid of blame. It holds my weight like a wooden frame. It knows my work and says the same. No trumpets needed, no crowded fame. I live in the silence under my name. I've seen loud crowns rust on cue, gold turn green by the things they do. I've watched bright parades forget the street, leave nothing but paper and hollow feet. The widow next door waters her fern, hums a hymn that refuses to burn. I fix her gate and I don't charge time. We trade 2 nods, both worth a dime. Across the way a kid learns breaks, counts his courage on smaller stakes. I cheer by not becoming stage. Let a room be room for a younger age. If legacy's breath and not a flame, let it be the silence under my name. Breathe on forward till the bass says stay. Let the snare brush sweet delay. If pride returns with a painted claim, let stillness sign beneath your name. There's a silence under my name, not empty, not afraid of blame. It holds my weight like a wooden frame. It knows my work and says the same. No trumpets needed, no crowded fame. I live in the silence under my name. I keep a drawer of unmailed lines, letters to bridges and fault lines. Thank yous I owe to forgotten rain, apologies folded without a stain. Some I'll send and some I'll sow, in gardens only the patient know. I prune my anger like winter vines, leave what fruits, cut back the signs. There's a mercy in tasks that don't get seen, a hinge that won't squeal, a floor kept clean. You won't applaud it, you'll simply trust. It's how I learned to polish dust. When heaven audits the quiet game, it checks the silence under my name. Hold that four, let the strings lean low. Let piano say what words won't show. If yesterday begs to be the frame, hang it on silence, sign your name. There's a silence under my name, not empty, not afraid of blame. It keeps the roof through wind and rain. It turns sharp loss into useful grain. No victory speech, no pointing flame, just a work and breath beneath my name. Bring me the lights I turned down low, so others could stand in a kinder glow. Bring me the times I walked away and left room open for their say. Bring me the locks I learned to oil, the tempers cooled by patient toil. If legacy's true, it's not a crown, it's chairs set close when the tired sit down. Let guitar bend like a vow kept plain, let trumpet rest like a forgiven pain. If I'm remembered, let it remain as the space I made and not my name. Say less, hold fast, count four, let pass. I walk past a shop with a humble glass, where watch hands learn how minutes pass. The owner nods in that language of few, everything working, working and true. A bus exhales, a school bell sings, the morning ties its ordinary strings. This is the choir I choose to lead, by keeping time for simpler need. A rumor tries to borrow my face, I give it no stage, I give it no place. Peace requires a quiet spine, a yes that's small, a faithful line. Write it in sawdust, ink and rain. I hold the silence under my name. Count to four with a softer hand, let the beat arrive like land. If glory knocks in a borrowed frame, offer tea, then keep your name. There's a silence under my name, not empty, not afraid of blame. It keeps the tools that built my aim. It stores the grain when fields go lame. No bright parade, no gilded claim. I live in the silence under my name. There's a silence under my name, not empty, not afraid of blame. It cradles love without a frame. It guards the weed of fender claim. If I'm gone and streets remain, let them keep working just the same. Write it in wood and work in grain. I chose the silence under my name, under my name. glass stays still while the room leans in. Your shadow breathes where you begin. The bass walks slow, the air turns wide. I hear the storm and the fire you hide. A match unstruck, a coil of heat. The snare taps vows beneath your feet. In the night she waits, eyes open wide, to watch you guard the fire you hide. You wear your calm like a tale of truth, a seasoned grace that outgrows you. No sharpened word, no reckless swing, just silence set like a steady ring. Your hands don't twitch, your eyes don't plead. You let the room learn what you mean. The crowd grows careful side to side. They feel the heat in the fire you hide. A cufflink shines like a practice star, a tiny signal for who you are. The organ whispers a velvet thread, a warning soft as a prayer unsaid. No fevered breath betrays your flame, no lifted chin to shout your name. But I can hear the thunder ride, a horse made quiet by the fire you hide. Ain't no preacher blessing this control. You learn to lose on what you stole. You bank the blazing iron jars. You steer by silence, not by stars. You count to 10, let pride subside. Let ash turn coal and coal abide. And when the world demands your side, you show them all the fire you had. So pour one for the men who never shout, whose steady post is all's the doubt. He laughs low, won't break the tide. He moves the night with fire he hides. It hums like steel, it warms like wine, a sovereign heat with no headline. I ain't begging fate to guide, I lead with all the fire. She finds your gaze and tests the frame, a curious spark that wants a name. You tilt your glass, refuse the chase. You let her learn the shape of grace. The bass grows thick, the chatter fades. A hush collects like midnight braids. She leans toward the darker side, drawn by the gravity you hide. You learn to fold your anger neat, to iron heat with measured beat, to close the fist without the blow, to make the storm decide to slow, to turn the fuse into a thread, to bank the flame without it dead, to let the hunger be your guide. A kept clean, righteous fire you hide. The man in the mirror lifts his brow, says, boy, I see you've learned it now. It ain't the roar that rules the room, it's how you breathe, how long you bloom. No blade to wave, no brittle pride, just heat with nowhere else to ride. He taps the glass and seems to glide. You're crowned by all the fire you hide. A murmur builds from jealous throats, a little stone that swells and floats. They test your edge, they court your name, they bait your pulse to brighter flame. You raise one hand, an inch at best. The riot crawls back in his chest. The snare resumes its faithful stride, obedient to the fire you hide. Pour one for the man who holds his ground, who slows a storm without a sound. He hums low, lets truth decide. He bends the night with fire he hides. sovereign kept, clean fire he hides. A single note becomes a road, a hush becomes the strongest code. The hammer breathes a chapel tone, the floorboards vow you're not alone. A regal thread beneath the tide, a furnace built but kept inside. The room leans in, the sparks divide. They learn to trust the fire you hide. I ain't holy, I ain't tame, I simply outgrew aimless flame. I spend my sparks where they belong. I buy my peace with measured strong. I keep my fury polished heel, a blade that never leaves the shield. And when the loud ones wanna guide, I show the path by fire. Ain't no choir singing this restraint, no trumpet for the patient saint. The proof is how the lightning awaits, how even thunder hesitates. You want the key, reduce the stride, let one grow wise and heat reside. And when the world pulls either side, stand still inside the fire you hide. So pour one for the sovereign few, whose quiet tells the world what's true. He laughs low, lets time decide. He moves the dark with fire he hides. No thorn, no flare, no reckless ride, just breath and oath and temper pride. And when I fade, remember tide, my crown was in the fire. As she high, tuba scrolls their name, the trends go by for the flame. I've mass price for lips to slow. You prima chopo with this go. Bahiques Captain Butterfly. Organ hums low like a hallway prayer. Brass holds its breath in the chandelier. Snare taps one, an oath on the skin. Upright bass counts everywhere I've been. Men line up like shadows in a pew, hats in their hands like something they knew. Tonight we tithe in a different church, where loyalty pays and the faithful purse. They say allegiance is a velvet chain, looks like gold, tight like rain. You wear it proud till it bites your throat. You kiss the ring while you sign the note. The room knows names that the city won't speak, with strong men near to keep the weak. A look from me says clock's too slow. A lift of my glass says yes or no. I didn't climb shouting on a borrowed stair. I moved like smoke and made men care. I kept my rage folded out thin, saved it for days when the odds won't spin. But every covenant carries a fee, the part of you you can't set free. I ask for loyalty, nothing less, and pay it back in carefulness. Count to 4, keep the blade unseen. Let the hush stay sharp and clean. If a promise has weight, let the bones agree. Every yes costs part of me. This is the price of obedience. Gold on the wrist, ghost in the vents. You keep your word till your word keeps you. When the bill comes due, when the night turns blue, I bless my men with a steady hand. Hold their fear like a wedding band. We don't buy thunder, we lease the sky. Pay with silence and never ask why. Soldier steps forward, jaw tight, tight, eyes like a bridge between wrong and right. Says, boss, I stood where you told me stand, held my breath, did not raise hands. But my brother fell when I spared a fool. Mercy was warm, the world was cruel. I answered slow, you did what's mine. Obedience first, revenge in line. Your grief is a ledger I sign tonight. You'll have your due when the time turns right. He nods like a bell that refuses to ring. We both swallow iron and call it a thing. I've learned that guidance is a narrow street, where every mile rubs faith on your feet. You carry the men or you let them drown. Either way, the weight is a crown. Count to 4 while the organ moans. Let the snare write truth on bones. If duty aches like a winter bloom, hold one breath for the silent room. This is the price of obedience. Gold on the wrist, ghosts in the vents. You keep your word till your word keeps you. When the bill comes due, when the night turns blue, I bless my men with a steady hand. Hold their fear like a wedding band. We don't buy thunder, we lease the sky. Pay with silence and never ask why. There's a scripture etched on the back room door. Take orders clean or don't take more. A choir of jackets hangs and waits, elbows polished by a patient face. She slips from the shadow with chapel light. Smells like the truth in a perfect disguise. Says, tell me, king, what your crown can't hide. I say, the cost of the faith on my side. Every knot I give is a cut I keep. I send men walking and I lose my sleep. I trade my tenderness coin by coin. Make a rosary out of what I join. She touches my cuff like a chalice rim. Here's the hymn I won't let brim. Is power or mercy, she asks the throne. It is if the guilty walk home alone. Horn sighs low like a priest grown tired. Snare brushes ash from a night rewired. Count to 4, let the verdict land. Steel in the throat, silk in the hand. If love and duty must collide, let duty walk and love abide. This is the price of obedience. Gold on the wrist, ghosts in the vents. You keep your word till your word keeps you. When the bill comes due, when the night turns blue, I bless my men with a steady hand. Hold their fear like a wedding band. We don't buy thunder, we lease the sky. Pay with silence and never ask why. Bring me the vow that outlives fear. Bring me the hour I can't engineer. Bring me the name I couldn't save. I'll carve it soft on the night I gave. Bring me the rage I locked in oak. I'll let it breathe, but not to smoke. If justice walks with measured shoes, let fate remove the nails he used. And if my law must break my heart, spare the men, I'll pay the part. Kneel to the tempo, rise to the tune. Sins are heavier before the noon. Obey the line, but mind the cost. The faithful man is never lost. This is the price of obedience. Gold on the wrist, ghosts in the vents. You keep your word till your word keeps you. When the bill comes due, when the night turns blue, I bless my men with a steady hand. Hold their fear like a wedding band. We don't buy thunder, we lease the sky. Pay with silence and never ask why. Let's crawl for heavily man, stay true. Let's shout on the bay to the dome blaze do. Wedded and brave, wedded and bold. Like he did, just name my bold. Logan bends down to run away. Words like just know the tension blow. Snitches twin. Daylight sits quiet on a workbench scar. Dust makes halos where the tools now are. Piano breath, a low D chord. My hands remember what they're for. No crowd, no clout that needs a jury. Just honest work with hands without hurry. I hammered my youth to a louder law. Built fast kingdoms out of raw. The nails look brave till the boards pull thin. Speed was a show I kept within. Now I square the wood till corners rest. Let patience choose which cut is best. I sand the edge till the splinters learn that time is a teacher that doesn't burn. I oil the hinge and watch it sing, a quiet arc that spares the spring. The door behaves like a truer story. That's what you get with hands without hurry. Count to 4 on the ribs, not eyes. Let breath be the rule that squares your lies. If pride says faster, smile and defer. What's meant to last prefers the slower. Hands without hurry, they hold, they mend, they stay. They make a room sturdy and keep the sharp away. No neon needed, oh, no borrowed jewelry. Just work made right by hands without hurry. Oh, the street outside wears a softer shoe, the kind that walks what it means to do. A neighbor waves with a fence half broke. We trade 2 planks and a lighter yoke. He says I rushed it, I say we've all then measured twice, so boards don't fall. We share the weight on the end that bites. Leave room for swelling on rainy nights. He breathes like someone who found his floor. I find my peace at his front door. The screw seats slow till threads find glory. Another job done with hands without hurry. Breathe on full, let the snare stay low. Let piano leave space where meanings grow. If yesterday begs for a faster story, let today reply. Hands without hurry. Hands without hurry. They hold, they mend, they stay. They make a room sturdy and keep the sharp away. No neon needed, no borrowed jewelry. Just work made right by hands without hurry. I've learned the grammar of a grain and glue, how keeps secrets, how maple's true, how mercy sends down a jagged word, how screws don't strip if your faith's not hurried. I fix a chair where a child will climb, build in a rhythm that honors time. My knuckles wear a wiser stain, not blood, not brag, but honest grain. I keep
a box of screws I save for days when lack meets a love I braved. A measure drawer labeled ordinary glory, a craftsman's gospel, hands without hurry. Count to 4 till the pulse sits right. Let strings bow warmth instead of might. If thunder lobbies for its story, let hinges vote for hands without hurry. Hands without hurry. They hold, they mend, they stay. They make a room sturdy and keep the sharp away. No neon needed, no borrowed jewelry, just work made right by hands without hurry. And bring me the locks I slam for show. I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I carved too deep. I'll plane them smooth where children sleep. Hey, bring me the miles I sprinted thin. I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let slide guitar bend once and rest. Let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a quicker glory, teach it a slower, better story. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. Evening leans through an open frame, paint dries level without a name. I write the date on the windowsill, sign it small so the house stands still. A letter waits with a grateful line about that table holds just fine. I fold it twice like a carpenter's square, lay it flat and remember there. What I repair repairs me too. The proof is a life that passes through. Soup on Sunday, a story's glory. Feet on floors, cured without hurry. Patience harvest what time has made. If pride asks who will tell your story, I'll point at the doors that open surely. Hands without hurry, they hold, they mend, they stay. They make a room sturdy and keep the sharp away. No neon needed, no borrowed jewelry, just work made right by hands without hurry. I touch the bench where a boy will learn, teach him the grain and how clamps turn. He asks, why wait if we know it fits? Because I say wood has its wits. Because a laugh is a house you build. The doors swing slow like they know my name. The bass walks steady, the night feels tame. A hush comes down like a velvet cloak. I light the match, raise the smoke. The room leans in with a silver grin. Power speaks softer than a violin. In the dark she nods, she's seen this road. I wear my calm like a heavy coat. I move like thunder you don't quite hear. Close cuts through the glass, no fear. I traded rage for a colder flame. Let silence do the heavy game. My shoes say little, my eyes say more. I own the room without the roar. Every breath is a quiet stroke, a crown you only see in smoke. The mirror lights on, the bottles gleam. The floor remembers where I've been. I carve my code in nights like this. No wasted word, no reckless kiss. The band plays low, the snare says wait. The clock keeps time with measured fate. I take my seat, the world takes note. The crown you only see in smoke. Ain't no preacher teaching this control.
So pour one for the man who ruled the room, with quiet hands and eyes that bloom. He laughs low, no need to boast. He wears a crown the night can't host. It hums like silk, it cuts like oak, a power born of calm and knows. I ain't begging fate or hope. I wear my crown in smoke. On past with a sideways glance, a little test, a noble dance. I tip my glass, the message lands. I leave with silence, not my hands. No sudden moves, just measured grace. No chase required to win the race. Let others burn, let others choke. I hold my crown in smoke. I built my laws on steel and skin, on debts I paid and fights I didn't know. Easy wins, no cheap applause, just bruised respect and final cause. I lose the rush, I keep the soul. I play the long, deliberate role. When tempers break and bargains croak, I breathe the crown in smoke. The man in the mirror lifts his brow, says, son, you finally learned it now. Power ain't loud, it's poison proof. It's how you stand beneath the roof. No grin required, no sharpened blade, just presence other men obeyed. A nod once slow, the lesson spoke. A crown you only see in smoke. Bass grow on, the snare keeps time like a heartbeat charm. A whisper passes table to table, respect untold, a living fable. No name announced, no banner flown, just gravity that I've outgrown. The air gets thick, the doubts go broke. They see my crown in smoke. Pour one for the man who don't compete, who wins by never leaving his seat. He hums low, he holds the note. Yeah, he wears a crown in smoke. Raise your glass to the steel that's kind, iron, calm and discipline. Mine no roar, no shove, no cloak, just a quiet crown in smoke. Lights descend to amber gold. The groove grows wide, the pulse grows bold. Each note declares without a word the simplest law I ever heard. Own your breath, unlock the yoke. Let patience wrap you up in smoke. And when the room leans close to choke, exhale the crown in smoke. I press my will, I move the night by standing still. And when the doubts rise up to joke, they drown beneath my smoke. Ain't no choir singing my name, just bass and breath and tempered flame. No trumpet blast, no drums that poke, just the hush that crowns the yoke. The strong don't beg, the wise don't poke. They float their names on rings of smoke. And when the noise begins to choke, I smile my crown in smoke. thunder weighed on silent plans. I seen rage lose to patient art. The minor dawn inside a quiet frame. Steam writes cursive on the window pane. Chair takes breath, floor keeps time. Kettle hums a single line. I touch the knob, the brass the same. Even if I go, the room still knows my name. I left my thunder on the porch swing rail, hung up proof like a retired tale. Kept only tools that mend and stay, an oiled hinge, a light of day. There's sawdust in the afternoon, a stray blue nail like a small old moon. Every corner keeps a gentler aim to hold a man and not his fame. I've spoken softer than I came, and when I leave, the room will say my name. Count to 4 with the ribs not pried. Let breath be the long, clear guide. If memory knocks like a neon claim, smile once and let the room say your name. The room still knows my name in wood and light and grain. It keeps my weight without a stain. It sings me home through ordinary rain. No trumpet needs to frame the lesson or the flame. I could be gone, but here remains a room that knows my name. The sink remembers how I prayed, not with words but cups I made. Porcelain, patience, soap and dawn, rinsing the iron from what I'd worn. The table bears a kinder scar, where bread was split and peace sat down. A letter folded near the jar, your hinge holds well, we keep it sound. The clock leans back, decides to stay. Time walks barefoot through the day. I stand more still, and when I came in here, the room, it peered my name. Breathe on 4, let strings lean low. Let piano leave space where meanings grow. If pride returns for a final game, pour tea, let the room say your name. The room still knows my name in wood and light and grain. It keeps my way without a stain. It sings me home through ordinary rain. No trumpet needs to frame the lesson or the flame. I could be gone, but here remains a room that knows my name. A coat on the hook with a quiet wrist, lined with apologies I almost missed. I pull it close, it warms the bone, a map to places I've outgrown. I listen for the houses I've repaired, porches breathing, hinges spared, chairs that learn to softer ground, doors that open, voices round. The neighborhood hums a gentle claim, we recognize each other's names. But if I drift beyond this street, the floorboards keep my measured feet. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. If thunder begs for brighter blame, turn down the lamp, let the room speak your name. The room still knows my name, in wood and light and grain. It keeps my weight without a stain. It sings me home through ordinary rain. No trumpet needs to frame the lesson or the flame. I could be gone, but here remains a room that knows my name. Bring me the locks I forced for show, I'll lower them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard, I'll say them soft in the backyard. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin, I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let guitar bend once then rest, let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants one last acclaim, point at the chair that knows my name. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. A widow's thank you on the sill, 3 words steady as a hill. Fence still stands, that's all she wrote, enough to keep a man afloat. 2 kids outside rehearse their breaks, argue stars and second takes. Their mother laughs, the street agrees, light rides patient on the trees. I learned to vanish from the stage, to leave a quieter, useful page. So when I go beyond this frame, the broom remembers how I came. Hold that 4-letter rim, click pray. Let mercy sign the day. The whiskey burns, but it don't cleanse. I've outlived enemies, outlasted friends. The mirror grins with a borrowed face, a ghost of pride, a hollow grace. The smoke don't rise, it just abides between my truth and what hides inside. In the night she smirks, she's seen my vice. The man I'm buried twice. I buried him young with charm and fire. Thought ambition could take me higher. I wore his name like a velvet lie. Smiled to strangers, let the real one die. The crowd applauded, the world agreed, but all they saw was my disease. And though he breathed, I cut his ties. The man I buried twice. He came back slow through empty rooms and whisper smoke and unpaid tune. I heard him hum through my guitar, a voice too close, a wound too far. He said you built the dream, but lost the soul. You played the part, but paid the toll. I poured a drink, looked in his eyes, at the man I buried twice. No preacher saved what I became, just echoes whispering my name. You can trade your youth for gold and fame, but you can't cheat loss, it's the same old game. The blues don't heal, it just implies the truths, the death the soul supplies. And when I pray I hear his sighs, a man I buried twice. So pour one for the man beneath the skin, one I killed to let me win. He laughs slow, a haunting vice. Yeah, the man I buried twice. He hums my songs in shadowed rhyme, keeps my guilt in perfect time. I ain't seeking peace or paradise, just the man I buried twice. So pour one for the man beneath the skin, the one I killed to let me win. He laughs low, a haunting vice. Yeah, the man I buried twice. He hums my songs in shadowed rhyme, keeps my guilt in perfect time. I ain't seeking peace or paradise, just the man I buried twice. The glass don't lie, it cracks instead. Every line's a thing I said. Each wrinkle hums a quiet sin of who I was and could have been. I tried to run, I tried to hide, but he walks with me side by side. And every silence redefines the man I buried twice. I tell the night my secret crime, that I stole my truth to buy some time. I traded love for a louder cheer, and all that's left is the man right here. He don't blame, he just observes the hollow life my pride deserves. And though I breathe, I pay the price to the man I buried twice. The man in the mirror grins and gray, says you're still me, you just decay. He don't shout, he don't curse my name. He says we're both just built from blame. He lights a smoke, says let's be clear, you're still the reason I'm still here. And as the blues repeats its advice, he smiles, the man I buried twice. He said I watched you drown in golden fame, watched you chase pride, forget your name. I tried to warn, but you wouldn't hear. Now you're the ghost that I revere. I asked him low, can I return? He said no flame reclaims its burn. I closed my eyes, rolled my dice with the man I buried twice. Pour one for the man who lost his soul, who paid his dues but not his toll. He still hums low through fire and ice. Yeah, the man I buried twice. Raise your glass to the ones who fall, to the proud who built their own downfall. No redemption, just advice from the man I buried twice. The smoke curls high, the truth unfolds. The blues don't age, it just grows old. Each note I bend bleed something true of who I was, of who I knew. The room falls still, the air precise, it echoes the man I buried twice. And in that hush, no faith, no lie, it's just the man I buried twice. But I made peace with endless night. He stands beside me, calm and plain, the shadow that carries my refrain. He hums the truth through every line that I can't reclaim. What once was mine, still I toast beneath these skies. The man I buried twice. Lamp hangs low like a moon in chains. Dust rides halos over wood grain veins. I pull out the chair that remembers my weight, lay down a ledger and a patient fate. Trumpet far off, rain near the panes. Tonight we dine with a table of names. Old cold secrets a church won't keep, grooves like scars where the vows ran deep. This coffee ring shaped like unclosed loops, cigarette constellations of old truths. Some names shine like a clean brass rail, some look back with a county jail pale. I trace with a finger the ones who stayed, the ones who folded, the debts I paid. A city is made of the hands that lift, a mercy in pockets, a careful drift. I didn't build empires with a marching band, I built them slow with a quieter hand. The bass underfoot hums low and claims power remembers at the table of names. Count to 4 before you speak, let the snare ride low on cheek. Ink may fade and ash may stain, but a kept old never leaves the grain. Raise a glass to the table of names, to brothers of light and sisters of flames, to the ones who ran and the ones who came, to the lost and the loyal who bled the same. If crowns are heavy and glory remains, we rest the weight on the table of names. Here's Angelo, steady as winter steel, never took more than a man could feel. Here's Rosa the saint with a gambler's eye, saved 3 boys and refused the sky. Here's Vito who lied like a choir boy's hymn, sweet on the tongue with a knife in the rim. I bought him grace on a Sunday night, sold him the truth when he asked for life. And here's a blank where a friend should be, the ghost of a promise that outlived me. Some names I whisper so they don't wake pain, some I pronounce like a gentle rain. If legacy's a ledger nobody owns, we're all signatures on borrowed bones. The organ breathes softly like old remains. I turn a page at the table of names. Count to 4, keep shoulders square, let memory sit in the head of the chair. A king is a clerk when the night explains, all power kneels at the table of names. Raise a glass to the table of names, to brothers of light and sisters of flames, to the ones who ran and the ones who came, to the lost and the loyal who bled the same. If crowns are heavy and glory remains, we rest the weight on the table of names. A weight waitress turned widow writes notes in the margin, small clean letters like a private pardon. She circles a day when the docks went dark, when sirens learned a funeral's large. I fold a bill under her sorrow's plate, not to erase, just to mediate. A soldier I raised from a street with no father, left his rage here and grew up farther. He learned that thunder is easy to sell, but quiet keeps a city well. Another page, ink bleeds like wine, with loyalty tilted on a crooked line. I forgave once where twice would kill. I held the door when mercy stood still. No angels here, no perfect claims, just men tuned low at the table of names. Count to four, give grief a chair, let brass sigh soft in the open air. If truth is heavy, don't shift the frame, hold steady now at the table of names. Raise a glass to the table of names, to brothers of light and sisters of flames, to the ones who ran and the ones who came, to the lost and the loyal who bled the same. If crowns are heavy and glory maims, we rest the weight on a table of names. Bring me the ink that outlasts rain, bring me the hands that ease the stain, bring me the night I should have stayed, bring me the bill I never paid, bring me the doors I closed too soon, bring me the favors I called a boon. Let the guitar bend like a vow that bends, let the organ count our better ends. If legacy's a candle that knows our shame, we hold the flame at the table of names. Ride slow, breathe through, say less, pay due. A trader returns as a father of two, holds out a hand like a debt that grew. He asks for work, not a pardon's kiss. I give him roots where the edges miss, not mercy blind, not judgment wild. A safer street for a safer child. A widow brings roses for the men who fell, says nothing, her silence rings the bell. The room takes note like a notary sky, even the shadows forget to lie. I learned to bless without losing the blade, to ask of the storm what calmness paid. I signed 3 lines and refuse 1 war, approve 1 truce and forgive 1 score. The pen feels warm in a colder air. Some laws you keep just because you can. Count to 4, let the pages rest, lay your ear on the table's chest. If the past still beats and the present aims, we pose together at the table of names. Raise a glass to the table of names, to brothers of light and sisters of flames, to the ones who ran and the ones who came, to the lost and the loyal who bled the same. If crowns are heavy and glory maims, we rest the weight on a table of names. The rain don't stop for a guilty man. It falls the same, it just don't land. The glass still shakes when the night gets loud. The past still stands where I once vowed. The whiskey hum, the soul debates between the door of love and fate. And the night she knows mercy came too late. I built my walls from pride and smoke, watched her drown in every joke. She begged for warmth, I gave her coat. Called it strength, but it was old. Now I drink in a room she used to like. Her laughter gone, but the ghost still bites. No, I pray, I hesitate. Mercy came too late. The mirror don't lie, it just reflects the wreckage love can't resurrect. Her sin still walks these hollow halls, soft as grace, hard as walls. I said her name, it hurt to speak, like prayer from lips that turn too weak. Each word I whisper sealed my fate. Mercy came too late. No preacher saves a stubborn heart when it's too proud to restart. You can beg the sky, you can fight the flame, but forgiveness don't wear your name. The truth don't chase, it just waits, stands beside your slow mistake. And when it knocks, you hesitate. Mercy came too late. So pour one for the man who saw too clear, when the light was gone, not when it was near. He laughs soft, tries to meditate, but mercy came too late. It hums like sorrow through his veins, a quiet echo that still remains. He ain't seeking grace, just faith, 'cause mercy came too late. I wrote a name on an envelope, but the ink ran wild with no hope. The words said sorry, but they bled. Each line I wrote just filled with dread. The wind took it from my hand, like time too cruel to understand. The sky turned black, the soul sedate. Mercy came too late. I stood outside the church she loved, watched candles flicker like the ones above. The pews were empty, the choir was gone, but the silence still sang her favorite song. I left one rose on the 7th seat, the one where she'd rest her feet. And though I whispered through the gate, mercy came too late. The man in the mirror don't pray no more. He's tired of knocking on closed doors. He says, son, you had the chance, the time you turn love's rhythm into rhyme. Now the blues don't punish, it reminds that guilt's a friend of broken minds. You can't rewrite what sealed your fate. Mercy came too late. I felt a touch in a dream last night, soft as sin, gone by light. She said, I forgive, but not for you. It's just what dead hearts learn to do. I woke with tears I couldn't hide, like ghosts that won't step aside. Each breath I take, each step I wait, mercy came too late. Pour one for the man who don't belong, who hums her name through every song. He still prays low, but heaven's gate, yeah, mercy came too late. Smoke grows thick, the tone breathes deep. Forgiveness watches, but it won't weep. I play a tune on broken strings. Each note confesses, each silence stings. The blues don't lie, it just translates. Every wound mercy can't sedate. And in the hush I resonate. Mercy came too late. I ain't holy, I ain't pure, but I've walked roads I can't endure. If heaven waits, it waits in vain. For men like me, don't change the chain. I breathe in guilt, I exhale hate, still hoping peace won't hesitate. But when I look, the truth's innate. Mercy came too late. Ain't no choir to cleanse my soul, just a hum of blues that takes control. No angel waits beyond that gate. Whoa, mercy came to Street holds his breath like a locked safe door. Rain scrubs footprints off the floor. Neon forget the names it spelled. Windows keep the secrets they were told too well. Boots slam soft, heartbeat slow. I pass through the night like I already know. If justice came, it came without poise. No witness, no echo, no noise. I learned to move like a rumor behaves. There for a second, then nothing but waves. A hand on a knob, not a fist on a gate. I buy my time and I sell men fate. Knuckles stay clean in a city of chalk. I ride in step, not in talk. Shadows salute when the orders need. Law arrange on a silent street. There's a size to mercy, a price to prove, a way to fix leaks in a weathered roof. You plant like rain, you hit like dust, leave nothing but the scent of trust. No one sees the math I use, just exits opening where I choose. If thunder has to be employed, I send it home. No witness, no noise. Count to 4 with a borrowed breath. Fold your rage, let it rest. If truth must walk, the truth avoid the crowded steps of a noise. No witness, no noise, just the law of the room. A slow-moving verdict that never blooms. If crowns need thunder to keep their poise, they were never crowned, just noise. I sign with a nod, a race with a choice, the city learns. No witness, no noise. The door swings once, the hinge says less. A coat collects the dust it bless. Two men argue on a sheet of glass. By morning the argument doesn't pass. Not death, not fire,
just the end of a thread, and not undone where fear once bled. I don't chase blood, I chase the source. Turn rivers by an inch or four. This isn't vengeance, it's maintenance paid. The difference between a cut and a blade. A saint would pray, a coward flees. I count to 4 and set men free. From the debt they earn, the lies they deploy, I cancel the volume. No witness, no noise. Breathe in, let the floorboards hold. Let brass keep quiet, the snare grow old. If guilt is heavy, I'll make it a poise, balanced by absence of noise. No witness, no noise, just the law of the room. A slow-moving verdict that never blooms. If crowns need thunder to keep their poise, they were never crowns, just noise. I sign with a nod, erase with a choice. The city learns, knows. No witness, no noise. She meets me under a sleeping sign, eyes like a ledger crossing a line. Tell me, she whispers what silence buys. Tomorrow I answer without alibis. She touches my sleeve like a lie I kept, finds only patience, finally wept. I show her a map with streets turned thin, paths I've cleared for boys to begin. She says, does mercy leave a stain? I say, not if you teach it rain. I don't stack bodies, I empty the room. I lay down outcomes that don't need a tune. When danger begs for a louder voice, I close the ledger. No witness, no noise. Hold the breath, let the hour decide. Stand where the lesser kings divide. If power's real, it never employs the brittle crutch of noise. No witness, no noise, just the law of the room. A slow-moving verdict that never blooms. If crowns need thunder to keep their poise, they were never crowns, just noise. I sign with a nod, erase with a choice. The city learns. No witness, no noise. Bring me the locks that break without sound. Bring me the debt that never was found. Bring me the blade that cuts like air, leaves no tear and leaves no tear. Bring me the rumor with missing feet. Watch it fail to cross this street. If justice must sing, let it hum instead. A single note in a careful head. I turn the key where the night employs a simple rule. No witness, no no. Walk, don't swear. Fix, don't flare. Count to 4. Close the door. Arrivals grin, left fingerprints thin.
The room forgets to breathe a while. The bass walks slow in a measured style. The lights hang low like patient eyes. I straighten truth, remove disguise. A match goes out but leaves its heat.
The snare taps vows beneath my feet, and the night, she nods without defiance. She knows a king built out of silence. I lay my bricks on quiet ground, where thunder fades and nerves unbound. No shouting crown, no borrowed praise, just steady hands through weaker days. I learned to make the chaos store, to build a roof that will not fall. When storms arrive with cheap reliance, I answer with a house of silence. I took the road that bends through rain, let patience clean the bitter stain. I spend my pride in smaller coins, and fix my spine in broken joints. The mirror bowed, the rage withdrew, and in its place the iron grew. I learned to tune the world's appliance by holding time in quiet silence. Ain't no preacher teach this art. You learn it losing half your heart. You let the hunger slow it spin. You lock the door, then breathe within. You shape the flame, you choose its height. You keep it fed but out of sight. And when the noise demands compliance, you answer with your built-in silence. So pour one for the men who never boast, who save their words for when they're most. He laughs low, unmoved by violence. He wears his power built from silence. It hums like oak, it shines like stone, a sovereign calm that stands alone. I ain't begging fate for guidance. I move the night with forced out silence. The barmaid knows when storms walk in. She sees the swagger, hears the din. She sets my glass, the room takes note. A hush slides under every throat. The organ breathes a velvet chord. The kick keeps time with no reward. A single nod, a small compliance. The whole place turns on quiet signs. I keep my laws in leather bound. No gilded edges, plain and sound. Hold back your heat, conserve your fire. Let wants be tested by desire. Speak once, speak true, then let it stand. Correct your course with open hand, and never trade your soul for pence. You're worth the price of your own silence. The man in the mirror taps the frame, says, boy, you finally learned your name. It ain't the roar that gets it done. It's staying still till battle's won. No blade to wave, no stage defense, just presence, weight, and consequence. He points and smiles, a mild alliance. Your crown is carved from patient silence. A murmur climbs from jealous chance, a petty tide that swells and crests. They bait the spark, they prime the fuse. They hope I like what they can't use. I raise my hand an inch or two. The wave forgets what it should do. The snare resumes,
times the bass finds guidance, obedient to measured silence. Pour one for the man who reads the signs, who slows a storm with steady lines. He hums low declines of violence. He bends the dark with built-in silence. Raise your glass to iron grace, to eyes that calm a crowded place. No throne, no roar, no license, just sovereign heat and crafted silence. Becomes a beam, a pillar set in midnight seam. The room suspends its restless weight. The breath of doubt learns how to wait. The groove lays bricks, the reverb glows. A hallway where the wisdom goes. I press my palm to time's appliance. The walls stand up on quiet silence. I ain't holy, I ain't tame. I just retired from losing games. I spend my sparks on better nights. I let my scars become my rights. I carry storms in sealed jars. I steer by truth instead of stars. And when the world wants grand defiance, I sign my name with seasoned silence. Ain't no choir singing for the still, no trumpets for a tempered will. But watch the ride fold its wings when patient hands arrange the strings. You want the key to this appliance? It's breath and spine and quiet signs. When chaos begs for your compliance, stand tall inside your built-up silence. So pour one for the sovereign few. No trouble. Evening irons, gold on the rose thin seam. Wind folds quiet like a bedtime dream. Gravel counts soft under shoes that know. Piano of birds playing low, 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 low. I don't hurry, there's nothing to flee. The last light falls in step with me. I learned my name in stranger tongues, paid old debts with quieter lungs, turned down parades that stain the street, chose work that leaves a kind of heat. I bargained once with the thunder's feet, now I tip the dust with simplicity. The city behind me lowers its hands, lets go the noise, keeps on its plans. I used to brand my mercy loud, now it walks through an ordinary crowd. No witnesses, no stage to see, just breathe in the last light next to me. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let the breath be the long, clean guide. If memory calls for a brighter plea, answer with footsteps, small and free. The last light walks beside me, long shadows keeping pace. No crown required to guide me, no master hold my face. I'm done without approving, I keep what I can be. Dust comes low and kindly, the last light walks with me. Fences leaning like trading the weather, predicting ends. A child chalks planets on the lane, spins a ring around her name. Her mother lifts a grocery bag, I catch the strap before it sags. No sermon there, no debts to wait, just hip and hand and human day. Across the field a dog recalls a whistle stitched in evening calls. He trots back home uncomplicated, proof that peace can be translated. I thank the years for letting me see how small acts widen what will be. Breathe on forward while the slide notes lean. Let the bass say home, soft and clean. If pride returns with a megaphone plea, turn the volume down to C. The last line walks beside me, long shadows keeping pace. No crown required to guide me, no master hold my face. I'm done with loud approving, I keep what I can be. Dusk comes low and kindly, the last light walks with me. There's a bridge of iron over a patient stream, a mirror where I loan my dream. I drop 2 coins, one for grief, one for relief. The taught belief circles wide and then forget. Forgiveness keeps the water wet. I read my face the way we should, enough to know not to be understood. I am my work, the doors I oil, the weeds I pull from common soil. If legacy asks for a brighter key, I hand it hinges that swing quietly. Count to 4, let the strings inhale, let the trumpet glow like a faithful trail. If yesterday begs for authority, offer a chair, then let it be. The last light walks beside me, long shadows keeping pace. No crown required to guide me, no master hold my face. I'm done with loud approving, I keep what I can be. Dusk comes low and kindly, the last light walks with me. Bring me the locks I forced for show, I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard, I'll speak them soft in a clean backyard. Bring me the steps I marched in vain, I'll walk them home in evening rain. Let's slide guitar band once and rest, let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory asks for a neon flame, point it to sucker, bread and name. Say less, stand plain. Count to 4, remain. Mailbox yawns like a sleepy friend, holds a bill, a note, and the working end. The note says thanks in a sprawling hand for fixing a hinge they couldn't stand. I smile the way a quiet man smiles, folds the paper in quarter miles. There's wealth in chores that no one sees, floors that welcome, roofs that ease. I sweep the walk of a neighbor's place, leave my name off, leave only space. I've learned to earn with gentler tools, humble metals, softer rules. The last light nods in warm decree, you've done enough, come home with me. Breathe on 4, let the lamppost bloom, let evening tidy the living room. If rumor looks for the old marquee, point it to dishes, tea and free. The last light walks beside me, long shadows keeping pace. No crown required to guide me, no master hold my face. I'm done with louder proving. I keep what I can be. Dusk comes low and kindly. Our stair walks with show. The last light walks beside me. Long shadows keeping pace. No crown required to guide me, no master hold my face. I'm done with your size, once like a kind old friend. Mat so clean it forgets where you've been. Piano in the hallway counts to 4. Dust floats wholly through a patient door. You put down the keys and the day loosens too. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. The kitchen knows the storms you wore. Kettle translates them into something warm. Tile remembers your heavier shoe. Still offers light where you tend to bruise. The window keeps your name like steam. Wipes it softly when you need clean. You don't need thunder to prove you came. The fridge light whispers your true name. You sit with bread with ordinary grace. A chair that takes the weight you face. You learn your breath, the slower view. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let the lamp be the gentler guide. If yesterday knocks like a dead come due, let the floorboards answer, we know you. These rooms forgive you. Walls of mercy, doors of light. Chairs receive you, hands grow right. No choir, no crown, no proof to do, just quiet truth. These rooms forgive you. The sink keeps secrets you confess to. Soap rinses the iron out of rope. A towel folds open like a small new prayer. Says you are allowed to leave it there. The hallway mirror is kind tonight. Leaves out the battles, keeps the bright. It edits the ache but spares the true. Enough for the better part of you. You hang your coat on a faithful hook. It doesn't ask which road you took. You learn to bless what you once outdrew. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. Breathe on forward till the strings lean low. Let piano leave spaces where meanings grow. If pride returns with a sharpened cue, open a window, let mercy through. These rooms forgive you. Walls of mercy, doors of light. Chairs receive you, hands grow right. No choir, no crown, no proof to do, just quiet truth. These rooms forgive you. Ooh, in the study, silence keeps a pen. Pages waiting like patient friends. You write one letter you'll never send. Fold it in peace and let it mend. The bookshelf holds what time made wise. Stories that teach a gentler size. Clock ticks soft like a second chance, turning regret into usable plans. You all a hinge on the door you hurt. Sweep the footprints of a heart
harsher word, a softer craft, a steadier glue. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. Count to 4 till the heart stands true. Let breeze arrive like morning dew. If memory begs for a brighter view, turn on the lamp and leave it to you. These rooms forgive you, walls of mercy, doors of light. Chairs receive you, hands grow right. No choir, no crown, no proof to do, just quiet truth. These rooms forgive you. Bring me the locks I forced for show. I'll lower them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard. I'll speak them soft in the backyard. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin. I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let guitar bend once and rest. Let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory needs a neon view, feed it supper, wash a few, say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. Oh, bedroom hair wears a linen calm. Curtains murmur like a psalm. You place your anger on the chair, wake to find there's less to wear. The roof doesn't promise drought or sun, it simply holds while seasons run. What's lost returns in a humbler hue. What stayed grows green and honest too. You learn to keep the small things fed, water the plant, unmake the dread. A lamp, a book, a view made new. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. Breathe on 4, let the rim click stay. A heartbeat and a quieter day. If shame arrives in a louder blue, lay out a blanket, let it through. These rooms forgive you, walls of mercy, doors of light. Chairs receive you, hands grow right. No choir, no crown, no proof to do, just quiet truth. These rooms forgive you. Ooh, you call a friend you should have called. Say what you meant and spare the gall. The hallway smiles at the way you learn to keep some bridges built to return. A neighbor knocks, the fence won't stay. You bring your tools and half the day. 2 measured hands, 1 humble clue. Fixing his gate repaired you too. The house breathes out.
The room leans close like it wants to learn. The bass ticks slow like a measured burn. The lights go low, the noise turns thin. I press my breath and settle in. My watch taps time against my palm. A quiet storm, the weight of calm. In the night she nods, she knows this song. A crown that rests in the weight of calm. I walk that line between steel and silk, where heat runs slow like warm milk. No need to shout, no fist to show. I let my presence set the flow. My shoes draw maps on oak and grain. The snare keeps time inside my veins. A city bows without alarm to the measured weight of calm. Cufflinks flash like lightning dead, but thunder hides in how I stare. I lift a glass, the room complies. 1,000 doubts grow civilized. I choose my words like polished stones. I lay them down, they build their throne. The floorboards hum my private song. A kingdom built on the weight of calm. Ain't no preacher teach a steady hand. You learn by losing what you plan. You trade the roar for something deep, a pace that moves while others sleep. You let the fire dodge the bomb. You hold it close, you keep it warm. And when the storm expects you home, you answer with the weight of calm. So pour one for the man who never rushed, whose silence makes the loud ones hush. He laughs slow, he won't his song. He rules the night with weight of calm. It hums like oak, it sways like steel. A patient force the proud can feel. I ain't begging fate or charm. I move the world with the weight of calm. The band sits back to let me breathe. The organ smoke threads through my sleeve. The guitar bends like tempered wheel, a single note that holds you still. The barmaid nods, she knows this tune. When measured men light up a room. No tempest here, no cheap alarm, just a quiet weight of calm. I learned to fold my anger neat, to iron rage with controlled heat, to close my fist around the wind, to say much less and still contain. I count the beats the drummer hides. I read the eyes the crowd provides. Where others run, I simply song. To win by way to calm. The man in the mirror lifts his chin, says, boy, I see you learn to win. Not by blaze or sharpened tongue, but by the breath you hold in lung. No sword to wave, no flag to claim, just poison patience in your name. He taps the glass, confirms the charm. You're crowned by weight of calm. She enters slow with silver eyes, a question hid in her disguise. She waits to see if I will chase. I let the stillness take her face. A tilt of glass, a glance of grace. No frantic moves, no crowded space. The bass grows warm, the doubts disarm. She understands the weight of calm. Pour one for the man who reads the tide, who makes the storm itself subside. He hums low, keeps that song. He crowns the room with the weight of calm. sovereign weight of calm. The groove pulls tight like tailored cloth. The tempo breathes a sacred oath. Each note holds back just half a breath. A dance with danger, not with death. I set the air in measured harm, a lullaby of weight of calm. The room leans in, the doubts grow small. They fall beneath the weight of calm. I ain't holy, I ain't tame, I just refuse the frantic game. I bank my sparks in tempered steel, I spend them slow so fate can kneel. I carry storms in quieter jars, I steer by scars instead of stars. When chaos begs for open palm, I close my hand with the weight of calm. Ain't no choir singing me through, just bass and breath and follow through. No trumpet blast, no gilded bomb, just heartbeat under weight of calm. Morning rests open on a kitchen tile. Steam writes mercy in a cursive smile. I count my breath like coins I've signed. When the battles are over, there's nothing left but kind. I kept a ledger made of iron and ash, roll out totals in the soldier's sash. I measured men by the weight they threw, built taller walls than truth could shoot. But doors don't sing for a fist that pounds, they learn the hands that spare their sounds. I traded thunder for a humbler grind and found the only wealth I keep is kind. Now small tools wait where anger stood, a cloth, some oil, a plan for good. A quiet bench, a chair aligned. What power remains is the power to be kind. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let breathe be the long, clear guide. If memory knocks with a sharpened mind, set down the blade, pick up the kind. There's nothing left but kind. When all the gold goes dim, when neon quits its grind, and brass forgets to hymn. No louder crown to find, no sharper law to sign. When life is finally underlined, there's nothing left but kind. I pass a stoop with a lopsided rail, 2 screws shy of a safer tale. A neighbor shrugs, I meant to fix. We trade a laugh for nails, 6 ticks. No sermon there, no proof to stage, just borrowed time from a quieter age. He says, you save me, I shake my head. You'll do the same for someone's bread. We write a treaty with a level line, tight grain joint, the edge is fine. The street learns patience intertwined with smaller work that chooses kind. Breathe on 4, let strings lean low, let piano leave space where meanings grow. If pride returns politely blind, open the window, call in kind. There's nothing left but kind. When all the gold goes dim, when neon quits its grind, and brass forgets to hymn. No louder crown to find, no sharper law to sign. When life is finally underlined, there's nothing left but kind. I wore a suit that made rooms bow, silk like thunder on a clever brow. It held my fears with polished pins, looked like power, felt like sins. I hung it up where ghosts undress, watched it wilt into something less. Denim and linen learned my spine, taught my shoulders a gentler line. What good is iron without a door? What good is more when you need restore? I stitch my name in a softer bind, a coat that fits the weather of kind. I count to 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. If yesterday asked for a stricter fine, offer your hand and call it kind. There's nothing left but kind. When all the gold goes dim, when neon quits its grind, and brass forgets to him, no louder crown to find, no sharper law to sign. When life is finally underlined, there's nothing left but kind. Bring me the locks I forced for show, I'll lower them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard, I'll speak them soft in the backyard. Ooh. Bring me the miles I sprinted then, I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let slide the tar band once then rest, let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory begs for a neon shrine, feed it bread and water it kind. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. A letter waits with a quiet thanks, about the hinge by the garden planks. I fold it twice the simple way, a receipt for time I chose to stay. Down at the corner a widow stares at groceries tall as Republic cares. We split the weight across 2 streets, neither hero, just human feats. No choir call, no corn was signed. We reached the door, the rest was kind. She touched my wrist, said bless your mind. I answered yours, we're both aligned. Hold that 4, let the rim click, pray. Let mercy sign the day. If thunder knocks with a blazing mind, show it the sink, we're in sync kind. There's nothing left but kind. When all the gold goes dim, when neon quits its grind, and brass forgets to him, no louder crown to find, no sharper law to sign. When life is finally underlined, there's nothing left but kind. I open the drawer of unmailed lines, apologies stitched to winter vine. Some I send with a steady pen, some I keep for the kitchen's amen. A boy drops coins in a dented jar, saves for a bike like a private star. Out a bill in a folded slide, don't sign my name, let luck decide. He don't smile way and doesn't know, that's the point of certain glow. The brightest lights are undesigned, they warm the room and leave it kind. There's nothing left but kind. When all the gold goes dim, when neon quits its grind, and brass forgets to him, writing his scribe on the windows, lighting shafts for class of brand. Monet penny to stick or sing. When life is finally underlined, Julius Butter liver fight. There's nothing left but kind. There's nothing